Hi everyone, Chris Natzke here with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching with your Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week live on Facebook. You know, about every 6 months in my martial arts organization, I get a new group of students that I'm responsible for training and getting them ready for their black belt test. These students almost always are students of my students. So they're very often, hey Brian Cayley, thanks for joining me. These students are very often individuals that have seen me very, very little and have trained with me for the first time. So you can imagine that they're a little bit nervous when they're on the deck with me, getting ready for their black belt test. And one thing I've observed is during the first classes that I'm with them is almost always they begin making mistakes of material that they've known forever, or things that they really they certainly know, and errors that just they would normally not make. And what I've really come to find is that those errors are made. Hi Gary Barnes, thanks for watching. These errors are made because they're afraid of making mistakes. They're coming into situations so much tighter, so much more nervous, because they don't want to make a mistake, they want to impress, and all those things that come around it. So what I want to talk about today is the idea of making mistakes and how they're really okay. And what I tell my students, or these students that I'm training, is my own story. Back in the early 80s, I was a football player at Northwestern University, go Cats, and I was in my first fall camp, and you can imagine the up level from high school football to Big Ten football is a pretty big leap, not only physically but also mentally. And it was probably the first couple of weeks of fall camp, and my body was tired, I was sore, had some injuries I was dealing with, and mentally I was really tired as well. And as an inside linebacker, it was my responsibility to do what's called call the defensive fronts. So what that means is the offense comes out and they line up, and all the defensive linemen and the linebackers have to line up in various places for the defense, and I'm the one as the linebacker that has to make the calls to tell everybody where they're at. Well, my head is spinning. Like I said, I'm exhausted, I'm hurt, I'm tired, and I keep making mistakes. And the more mistakes I make, the more I don't want to make mistakes, so the more mistakes I make, obviously. And finally, the ball is snapped and everyone's out of position. I miss the tackle, and my coach, in his infinite wisdom, Mike Church was my linebacker coach, said some words to me, both in frustration and in coaching, when he changed my perspective. He said, Natzke, if you're going to make a mistake, make it full speed. And that's 30 years ago, and I still remember those words so clearly. And it's what I embark in my students, is that if you're going to make a mistake, just go for it. And what I tell my students is that, you know, if you're going to be giving your best effort, and you're going to be giving full attention and intention to your workout, you're going to be throwing it with a lot of enthusiasm, and you make a mistake, I'm going to be the most patient guy in the world. It's when you come and you don't give full effort, that's when I lose patience. So my message for everyone today is, where are you holding yourself back because you're afraid of making a mistake? I know I've had other examples of that in my life as well, and something that I'm always asking myself, if I knew I couldn't fail, what would I do? What conversations would I have? What risks would I take? And I'm not talking about unreasonable risks, but I'm talking about things that are taking you outside your comfort zone. Because when we're playing the game small and we're holding back because we don't want to make a mistake, we're really not living. So this week I've got an assignment for you. Where are some times or areas in your life where you could take some risks and you could possibly go for it, even though you might make a mistake, but you'll go at it going full speed? Again, if you're going to make that mistake, make it full speed, and see if you do that in just one area of your life, how things can transform. Not only in your life, but in the people that you're here to serve. And also, how can you communicate that to the people that you're leading to make sure you're getting the best out of them as well? So there you have it. If you're going to make a mistake this week, go ahead and make it full speed. So this has been Chris Natzke with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching. Oh, and by the way, if you're interested, I think this will be the last week I'll offer this. If you look below, I've got a link to something I call 7 questions to ask yourself to have an amazing year. It's my gift to you. So if you want to click on the link below, get that. And as you're looking to really integrate everything that you want to create here in 2020 and beyond, some great questions for you to go through to make sure you're on the right track to make life the best you can in this year and beyond. So there you have it, my friends. Please like, share, comment. Would love to see your comments as always. And we'll see you next time on the Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week.